Hi everybody. Hello, hello. I'm gonna do some chalking this afternoon. It's time to decorate for that patriotic season. Memorial Day through the 4th of July. I usually go maybe most of July with it too, because you know, it's a great season. Summer's coming, although it sure does not feel like it today, right? No, it doesn't. Today we're in Omaha, we're in the 40s, and we have rain and wind. So not a good weather. Tomorrow's gonna be nice for one day, and then we're gonna have rain again for the rest of the week, off and on. So we'll see what happens. I know a lot of you aren't able to watch during the day, and you're probably watching the replay. I have a lot of other designers that watch too, so just type in replay and let me know you're watching. And if you have any questions, shoot me a message or whatever works, and I'll try to help you out. So I wanted to show you the projects that I did earlier. I don't know when I did these, a couple days ago. And I posted them on the, for those of you who are designers, I posted it on the Couture designer page, and they've been getting a lot of oohs and ahs over there, so I thought I'd show them to you. This is the bag I did with the Club Couture for May's transfer, the sunglasses with the palm trees that says Hello Summer, but I changed it to Have a Good Day, using the sunglasses as the O's on the Couture bag. And this I did the sunglasses again. I used the word summer from it, and then I used one of our fonts. I believe it's a font that's no longer available, but Keep Calm and Summer On. If you remember the old Keep Calm signs a few years back, and they usually had a crown up here, but I kind of interpreted into the summer theme with that. So my other one I did was, which actually had the Hello Summer on it, is not in this room. It's upstairs, I believe. So I won't be able to show that to you. Let me set these aside. And of course I used the inks on the bag and heat set them, and the chalks on the chalkboard. So today I want to do this big monster of a transfer. This is a 18 by 24 inch transfer. Our size E's transfers are $39.99 for retail. And then I'm going to put it on our big Grayson board, which is also 18 by 24. Comes in these boxes. I haven't even opened it up yet. So let's open it. Our Grayson boards are beautiful boards, framed in white. The smallest board, the 9 by 12, also comes in a black frame. The rest of them only come in a white frame. This one right here. Let's get this tied. Here we go. It's a big board. I'm going to set this next to our fireplace down here in the family room, and I'll show that to you. I'll take a picture of it later today so you can see it. So these nice corner protectors on it, which is great for shipping. I won't need those. I don't plan on shipping it. So once again, if you are on Say Hello to Me, my iPad's over here to the side, and I don't always, the comments don't always stay on anymore, so I always have to scroll them up to see who's watching. So our Grayson boards are able to hang horizontal or vertical. So you want to make sure that you have the hanger at the top and not at the bottom. If you plan on hanging it, make sure that's at the top. So I'm going to work on it sideways, and I'll make the tops on this end. And the great thing about this transfer is they actually put a cut line. And you can actually make this 2 different projects or make it one big one if you're just using this transfer. So the board retails for $39.99, and so does the transfer. Of course, our boards and transfers are reusable because we can wash off our chalk paste. So we can change it out for the seasons and then redo it again with whatever transfer you want to use on it. So they're a good investment. If you have a friend that wants to have a board also, you can use the same transfer, share transfers. So I'm going to cut it in half so we only have to work on one half at a time, and we don't have to mess and clean the whole transfer at once. That's the trickiest part, is cleaning these big transfers when they're one piece. So if you have an option to cut it, go ahead and cut it. Okay, and this is our fuzzing towel. These are by Couture, and they're two-sided. This side is more like a bath towel, and then this side is more like a microfiber cloth. And this side's great for drying real quick if you wanted to dry your transfer or whatever you're washing. This absorbs the water really well. The bath towel side is good for fuzzing our transfers. And you may ask, what is fuzzing your transfer? Well, our transfers are reusable silk screens. So where you see the white is a silk screen fabric, and they are washable and reusable. And the back side is like a big sticker. And sometimes they're almost too sticky. In fact, when they are brand new, it's always a good idea to fuzz your transfer first. And that means you're going to place it on a towel and allow a little bit of the lint to stick to the back of the transfer so it's not so sticky. And why we do not want it so sticky is so that it will release up off the board easier without stretching this fabric, without stretching our silk screen. And when you do remove it, you want to either remove from the side or from the top evenly down, and not from the corner, especially when they're pulling tight and they're big. That will stretch. This has a bias in it, so it'll stretch that fabric and it can misshape it. So that is why it's important to fuzz, so you can release it without stretching it. Even if you're pulling evenly, it can still stretch the fabric or cause this to curl at the end. You know, you pull it off and you're pulling it back, like straight back like that. Well, that'll cause the end of your transfer to curl up, just like if you were curling a ribbon. So when you do pull it up straight and not like completely back on itself. That will help also from the curling, because it's hard to get them back flat again after you've curled them. So don't pull it back like that when it's tight. You want to pull up like this. That's after you've applied the paste and it is stuck really well to your board. And some surfaces, these are going to stick easier to than others, like glass or a ceramic. The more solid the surface, the harder it's going to stick to it. So this may look solid, but there is, you know, a little bit of micro unevenness in a chalkboard like these. But like a window or a ceramic piece or enamel, they're going to be really solid. So make sure you fuzz, which is what I'm doing now. And you could tell how easier it's even lifting up off of the towel than it did at first. And on these big, on any transfer, but big transfers are even easier to accidentally stick itself sticky side to sticky side. If that happens, don't just start pulling it apart, because you're going to stretch it again and you may even tear it. Take it to the water, to the sink, and kind of a lukewarm water. I set it in, or run it, hold it on the faucet, let that water get in there, and then gently start to pull it apart. The water helps it not be sticky. So if you have that problem, remember that trick. We also want to keep these sheets. We're going to put our transfer back on them after we clean them. So it's important to keep your backer. In fact, I might write on the back, this is the top half, and then I'll write on the other one as the bottom half. And I wished I had a better pen. Nothing wants to write on there today. I'm not having any luck. Maybe I won't write on it. Maybe my Sharpie doesn't want to work. I kind of can see it. It says top. Let's find another one. All right, this should work. Top. This one will write bottom. So we can get the right, I don't know, they probably are exactly the same size. Nope, this one's a little wider. Okay, so let's put this out of the way for now. Like I said, say hello if you're watching. I had to go back to wearing my sweatshirts because it's so cold today. So I got my vintage truck sweatshirt on that I made like last year. So, one of my favorites. I think I made 3 sweatshirts last year in different colors with the truck on them. So, I'm just going to center this. Make sure I got enough room. So that goes all the way down the bottom. So I'm going to slide this up just a little bit. Or I may lay that a little bit closer when it comes time. So if I do that, then I might want to move it down. And I haven't pressed it down really hard yet, so I'm easy to move it around. You can kind of tell if it's level by the even distance here on the sides and up here. So let's get this one off. Just gonna double check it, see if I think it looks straight. You can always measure if you want. I'm going to pull off, I feel a little piece of debris that's stuck on the back on the towel. Alright, so we're going to do the paste and pull. So we're going to paste a word and then pull it down to release the paste off of the silkscreen and have it stick to the board. And the reason for doing that is if I left it on here with all the paste and kept going, working all the way down, by the time I got done down here, this paste is going to be dry. And if it dries while it's still on the screen, it's going to stick to the screen. It won't stick to your board. And then you'll lift it up and you'll be like, oh, I did all that and it didn't stick. So paste and peel. We're going to paste it and then peel it up and then just gently lay it back down. It'll dry on the board and not on the screen. And then we'll do the next line and we'll keep working down. So yeah, it says fireworks, starry nights, country music, barbecues. And then it'll say corn on the cob, watermelon, sparklers, red, white, and blue, and freedom. Perfect for the patriotic season, Memorial Day through the 4th of July or mid-July, however you want to look at it. Maybe all summer. I pulled a bunch of paste colors that I think I'll use. They're kind of just patriotic, plus I got green in there and yellow for the corn and the watermelon. That would be fun. So some silver, some sparkle. Got a little bit of sparkle for the sparklers. And maybe the fireworks. So I'm gonna do red and maybe more of a white, and then we can do any color, blue. We'll just keep on mixing them in and go as we go down. I think something fun to do. Maybe I'll just do the red for fireworks and do this in the gold metallic, and then come down to some blue, and maybe some silver, and back to red, something like that. I don't know. I don't really have a plan. We'll just play with it as it goes. So let's look at the red. And that is thick. So I'm going to add some water to that. The thicker the paste, which really means it's dry, the drier it is. So if it's really thick and dry, it's not going to spread as evenly on your board or as thin. Plus it's going to dry even faster and stick in your transfer even faster. So make sure it is a nice soft yogurt consistency, smooth as you can. Stir that water in. We're rehydrating it. So just mix it in. Try to get the lumps out if there's lumps. You don't have to worry too much about them. Usually your squeegee will smooth them out on your transfer. So that looks pretty good. Always scrape your extra back in your jar. There's no sense in wasting it. So that's what I'm doing now. Even after you skim down your paste on your board, take it and put it back in your jar. I'm gonna go ahead and just clean this multi-tool off. Perfect for stirring. Plus, it has a tiny squeegee on the end for applying your paste to your, or inks to your surfaces through your transfers. So I'm clean that up. Clean off my fingertips. If you had a wet paper towel or whatever, you could use that too. Just easier to use the wipes. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna do this all in red. I thought about, and I still could, like doing the gold kind of on the top and then having it work into the red, which I thought about doing on the sparklers. So maybe I should do it on the fireworks too. Let's try it. We're just gonna have to be fast because this is a long word, so we don't want anything to dry up on us. So I'm just kind of measuring my squeegees. So, and let's mix that gold. The pigments always kind of separate on these metallics. They are a much smoother paste than our regular pigmented paste, but always give them a stir because they kind of separate out. Okay. So I'm just going to run this down on top. We'll take our red and do the same thing on the bottom part of the word fireworks. And then just take your finger and blend the two colors together. And And I'm just going to scrape it down. That way we don't have all that extra on our transfer when we want to wash it. Because I contaminated the two colors together, I'm just going to not put it back in the jar, especially where it was mixed. And another good thing to wipe off your squeegee so when you come up here you're not putting more red up on the top like you don't want. Throw that one away. And wipe my fingers again. Especially when you're working on ink. You can't wash, if you're working on with ink and on fabric and you get the ink on your fabric where you don't want it, you can't get it off. But on a blackboard you can, a chalkboard. So I'm going to take the corner, walk it down, and just peel that back. So that has a chance to dry for a second. If you can see it. Okay, Chantel, Lynn, Chantel. Love that transfer. Isn't it cool? And it's in two pieces, so you can do, oh, I was going to show you. You can do it on two smaller boards, or just make one half of it on the sides of a board, which is a 18 by 12 versus the 18 by 24. Okay, so we peeled that back a little bit. Now you can just kind of let it lay, just let it lay there. And then make sure the next layer is back tight onto your board. So now we probably need to go to a lighter color since the red is there in Starry Night. Let's see. What do I want to do? I could do the, I don't know if I want to do two metallics in a row, but might just do the off-white, look more like stars. And I chose to use the fawn instead of the white. I could use white because of the white frame, but I kind of wanted more of a vintage feel on the words, so I'm going to use the fawn, which is kind of an off-white. Just mixing that in, getting it nice and smooth. I don't really think we need too much water, if any water. I'll spread a little bit in there. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the one row and peel it back. And this is a fairly narrow, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do like this. I'm going to have to go like this, because I don't want that red to get mixed in. So this will take a little bit more time. So I may put it on kind of thick and then come back and skim it down. Like so. Just so it doesn't dry in that transfer at the end before I get to the other end. Okay. Make sure you have all the silkscreen areas filled in on your letters, so you have a nice print when you peel back. So I'm getting a little bit of red in that S, but that's all right. Alright, peel down again. Starry Nights. Let's let that set for just a minute. use this color again. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I might go ahead and start wiping off these squeegees. Got a brand new tub of wipes and they're hard to start. Oh, they're tight in there. Sometimes I would just collect these and then go wash them, but I'm not going to get up and go to the sink while I'm on live, so I'll just wipe them off with my wipe. And I probably have enough squeegees that I wouldn't even have to worry about reusing them, but I'm just going to try to keep them clean as we go. And that'll give our board a little bit longer time to dry. Okay. So there's Starry Nights. So it's looking kind of cool. Let's lay it back. Now we're on to Country Music. 2 different fonts. So I think I'll do each font line a different color. And maybe we'll go to, I might go to green, because I'm going to use green on the watermelon down here. Kind of red and green. And I want the green to be elsewhere on the board. So I think I'll put this in green. And then maybe music in blue. Let's see what that looks like. Let's check for questions. My mom is watching. Hello. Hello, Joyce, Jeannie, Chantel. Just getting it smoothed in. All right, let's take a larger squeegee this time. We'll cover more space. I'm gonna take a drink of water. I've been taking a Allegra D for a few days to see if that helps with my cough and runny nose, because I'm guessing I have allergies. And it has been helping some. So, but boy, it makes you thirsty. Which is not bad, I guess, to be drinking water. All right. So yeah, this is pretty easy to do. You just gotta think it through. If you can butter toast, you can do Couture, that's what I say. The fun part is getting to pick out your colors, apply other transfers and make your own design. Like I did on those that bag that I showed earlier. Okay, I'm just skimming it down and picking up any extra paste, putting it back in there. And you can really skim it like that if you want. Pick it up. I got most of it, so that's pretty good. And then we're going to peel back past the country. That looks neat. So again, we'll let that dry. Music, we talked about doing in blue. So let's give that a try. I have this really pretty new bright Liberty blue. Let's see, I have music and barbecue. That goes to, so this will be yellow, this will be red and green. I'm gonna go from red to green. So I might do the light blue and then go to the dark blue. It's a really light ocean mist, it's called. And then the next line I'll do in the Liberty. Doo-doo-doo. And it had a little bit of pigment that separated out, kind of an oily just mix that in. That's perfectly fine. You just want to get it mixed in so the color is even when you apply it onto your board. This back, and I got some gold on there, but I think it's dry. Just making sure it's still smooth and tight. We don't want any air pockets in our screen. Perfect. And let's apply this with the light ocean mist. Does anybody have any big plans for Memorial Weekend? My granddaughter's birthday is Saturday, the 25th. She will be 5. So we have a birthday party. I think late afternoon, evening, early evening. And then I think Sunday and Monday we're going to head over to Graydon's house in Atlantic. Maybe do some painting or something. Let's see. There. It looks kind of white, but actually it's a really faint gray blue. It's called Ocean Mist, but it's really pretty. Pull this up so you guys can see it. It's starting to look really cool. I'm glad I didn't go totally red, white, and blue. I kind of just wanted to have a country picnic feel to it, so that's why I added in the green and the yellows, the metallics. So I think I'm gonna like that. And I wish my comments would stay up. So tell me, give me some hearts if you're liking it so far. Push that little heart. Let that dry a minute. And so the next line we were going to do is the dark blue. So let's find that. I shouldn't say dark. It's very bright and brilliant blue called Liberty. Perfect name for it. And it's thick, so I'm going to add some water. About the same color as my bottle. Like that. I don't want to spray near my work. It would probably be okay as long as you didn't touch it, but until it dries. Still a little wet, but it should be okay. I could always blow dry it if you want to, if you are nervous about laying it back down on top. But it should be okay. Again, I'm going to press down and make sure I didn't release any of that silk screen on those words. So, yeah, let's see. I'm going to do the silver and the blue down here. And we'll do red, white, and blue on that. So, yeah, I think I want the... Or I might put it in the metallic. I'm trying to decide. But that means bright blue, light blue, green. I probably should do it here. Yep. Okay. Apply some on the squeegee. The squeegee has an angle on it. So put the paste on the angle that goes down when you're applying. You can see how quickly this comes on. You don't have to paint. You don't have to weed your, if you're doing a vinyl, you have to weed out the negative from your design. Perfect. And now we can totally remove this transfer and put it, I'm going to put it in the water. There. I'm going to fold it in on itself. If you're working in a smaller, if you're going to lay it in a smaller tub, fold it in with sticky sides out. But I have a pretty big pan down here, so I'm just going to lay it in there flat and get it in the water. So it'll be easier to wash. There we go. Make sure I'm still on. Here we are. I hope that wasn't important. I just declined it. You can leave a message. All right, so there's the top half. Looking pretty cute. All right, everybody can see it. I'll hold it up. Cool. Okay, let's do the bottom half. Got a little bit of paint on it. I'm gonna clean that off. You probably can't see it, but there's some paste that came off of the transfer when I laid it back. So I'm just gonna wash that off. And then I'm probably just gonna turn it upside down so you can see what I'm working on without having to move the camera or move the paste. So I'm just gonna take another Clorox wipe, clean off that little bit of paste that was stuck on there. It'll come right off. There we go. So got it cleaned up. I'm gonna turn it upside down. So you can watch me do this half. And that's still a little damp, so I'm gonna put a little air on it from the hairdryer just to get it really dried really well so I don't put my arm on it or anything. Perfect. I'm gonna lay my towel down so we can fuzz this half of the transfer. So when you join, say hello or type in replay if you're watching the replay later today. Type in any questions you have or comments. I explained earlier why we do this. Lay it on a towel. So we're putting fuzz on the back. It's called fuzzing or transfer. And that is so it's not quite so sticky, so we can release it off the board easier without stretching it out. Okay. I just want to make sure I got the top edges and the bottom edge fuzzed also. Okay. Trying to get this lined up where I want it. Evenly spaced. I'll pull it up just a little bit. You pull it and then it pulls too far. There, that works better, doing it like that. You can just use your hand to smooth this out. If you do have the big 4-inch squeegee, you can also use that to get it on really well. You don't have to use this, you can just use your hand. Mainly you could feel if you got air pockets or debris stuck on the underside. Sometimes you get a big fuzz or something, or a little piece of dried paste. All right, let's do, I'm gonna do it from here and work my way up, and then when I can do watermelon, I can peel it this way. And when I do caramel, I'll peel it off. So, all right, so we got yellow and red and green. I'm gonna do the silver sparkle in here. I'll do red, white, and blue. So what color do we want here? Maybe all gold would be pretty. Because I have the gold up here and I don't have it anywhere else. So let's do the gold. I think I'll just do all gold. Yep. All right. I need a big squeegee. Let me wash one of these off. So, just gonna clean this off. All right, let's apply the gold to the word freedom. Making sure it is all covered with paste. And then squeegee it down, skim it down. Perfect. And we'll peel that up and go on to the red, white, and blue. Second. So I think I'm done with the gold, so I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on it. Let that dry. And the next is red, white, and blue. So we just need to get our red back out. And we'll use smaller squeegees on these. so I have to work fast on this. I'm trying to decide what to do with this. I wanted to put it in silver or gold. I might put it in silver. I haven't had this one opened yet, so let me give that a mix. All right. So I'm going to put it on thick, each color, and then I'm going to go back and skim them down. So because I don't want blue. If I put it down thin, by the time I get done with this, that may already be dry in my screen. So I'm going to put it on thick, and I'll come back down and skim it down real quick. Let's make sure I get the right color on the right word. Okay, so we have red. White. I mean blue. I can't even say the right color. So let's take the silver. All right, silver, blue, white, and red. All right. There's her red, white, and blue. I'm gonna edge it that way. Okay. Let that dry a minute. I'm trying to blow my nose. Any comments? Any questions? Got just a couple more lines to do. Next, we're going to work on the sparklers. We're going to do some silver and that ocean mist colors. I might do gold and silver and then the mist. What are we gonna have gold? Let's just do the silver and the ocean mist. All right, now this is what I kind of wanted to blend them. Let's see how that looks. onto the top half. All right, now we're ready for the watermelon and the corn on the cob. All right, make sure you can see it. I'm gonna do, let's get these out of the way. We're done with these colors. I'm gonna throw everything in my water. Still need that. And the red, I don't need that. Get some of this out of the way so I can slide the board up so you can see it better. I'm just going to work on the watermelon, and when I get done I'm going to peel it back this way, and then all we have left is corn on the cob. And I'm going to try to do red with a little bit of white and then green as we go down the word watermelon. White right where the rind meets the green, or meets the melon, is kind of white, right? See, where's my green? Here's my white. Take another finger, do the reds and the white. And then take a squeegee and squeegee that down. Looks like a watermelon. Cute. You guys see it? Curve it back up and do corn on the cob. I'm just going to do that in yellow. Okay, set that for a second. Let's get these out of the way. It'd be cute to put green in with the corn too, like a ear of corn. But I have green over there, so I think I'll just stick to yellow. Just about done, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. All right. Yellow. All nice and smooth, so you don't see our squeegee lines. We are done. Laying that in my water. It is adorable. I got a little bit of paste up here from when I laid it back, but after that is dried really well, I'll be able to remove it easy with just my thumbnail. All right, so see if you can see it all. Turned out really cool. Hopefully you can see it. When this blue here dries, it'll lighten up like this, like the barbecue. It's a little dark right now because it's still kind of wet. Let's see if you can see it. Any questions? Amy's watching. Dawn, hello. I just finished this. I'm saying I'm decorating for the patriotic season, which I think starts now, Memorial Day week through, you can even go through the summer, through July. With this piece especially, I think it's appropriate for the whole summer, but definitely through the 4th of July. So that is it. I like how it turned out. Give me some hearts if you love it. Well, that's it, guys. That is today's project for my live. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.